And we are about to enter the year 2025, which, to be honest with you, I'm not sure I'm looking forward to. I wish I could go back to Christmas. And the fireworks are starting. I can see them from outside my window, and they are really great. I don't know if you can hear them. Well, this is Simcast Podcast 2025, and I would like to talk about some things that happened in 24, including the incident that happened in New York. Oh, here we go. What is it about this guy, Luigi Mangione? He's Italian. What is it about this guy that has so many people talking? Um, I know a lot of people find Brian Kohlberger fascinating. I don't. Um, but this Luigi guy, there is just something so fascinating about him. Ivy League education, good family, prominent family from Maryland. I have family in Maryland. I've been to Maryland many times. I would say it's quite, parts of it are beautiful, but it's not somewhere I would want to live. It's a bit boring for me, kind of slow, although boring is not always bad. But I'm familiar with the Maryland area because I've got relatives there. I've been to Baltimore, which Tupac went to school in Baltimore, and there's just something I find so interesting about this Italian guy, this Italian American guy who went to good schools, got a good education, graduated at the top of his class, um, and now we see him in this orange suit. What happened? I'm going to be discussing personality profiles and traits more this year. I should have done it more last year, but I'm going to be doing that more this year. I'm so fascinated by him. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. It does help that he's attractive to look at. There's just, and those eyebrows, I mean, like, wow. There's just something about him that I find so interesting. And I really want to get my teeth into to him. I mean, in terms of the case, that's what I mean. In terms of the case. So, a lot of people say that, well, not a lot, a handful of people say that I do videos on BAM for views, but I actually don't get my most views with her at all. I have 3 videos that I've done on BAM that have over 1,000 views, but actually, my top video last year had nothing really to do with BAM, although a lot of things that I talk about and discuss are associated with each other. So it's not completely disassociated with BAM, but it wasn't about her. 135 hours watched of my top video last year, which is interesting because I don't do live streams. My videos are relatively short compared to people who do hours and hours and hours of live streams. My channel didn't do great last year, but one of the things that is interesting about YouTube and that I found is that videos can start getting views and watch time weeks or months after you've published them, which is something that I find quite a bit with my videos. So, you know, no big deal. 135 hours watched of my top video. Um, regarding the fact that I don't do hours and hours of live streams like some people, that's not bad at all. 135 hours watched, and it's really just me talking. I run solo on my channel. There's no one helping me. I don't have any mods or anything like that. So it's just me talking. So the fact that people, the fact that even one person listens to me, um, is quite remarkable because I'm nothing special. I'm just a girl, the girl next door giving you my opinions on various topics. Don't have many superstars, working with me. I haven't done many collaborations. I don't do long live streams. Um, so I'm just a girl. I don't have a famous name or anything. I'm not from a famous family, although there are people in my family that are very successful and even millionaires. But I am just the girl next door. So yeah, it was about my reaction to Mummy Rambling's reaction of the Cindy Watts interview. And my top short was Donald Trump's New Year's party. Melania wasn't with him at the time, but Donald Trump is not a subject that I really want to talk about in this video, so I'm going to leave that out a little bit. Now back to Luigi, and I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what I think happened to him. I know that not everybody is interested in this case the way I am, but I'm going to talk about it because I'm obsessed, okay? So I remember in the early days, well, I think he was MIA for about 4 or 5 days. In the early days, I remember someone saying to me that they're never going to find him, and I said they will find him, and they'll find him very soon. And I think they put some photos out because he'd taken his mask down when he was staying in that hostel, and showed I think he was flirting with the female person at the front desk, and she showed his face, and I thought, wow, he's quite good looking, he's quite handsome, nice jawline, nice features and everything. And someone was saying to me that they thought it was a woman and that wasn't his real face, and I just said, you're talking rubbish. But anyway, what I think happened with this guy, a brief summary. um, I think that he suffered a mental break because of his back pain and health issues. And last year, I had my own health issues. And I know that when you're in pain or discomfort, it can have an effect on you psychologically. So I think he talked about back pain, and he had, I think, 4 books on back pain alone. And he was obsessed with the healthcare industry. And I think once he discovered Brian Thompson, he focused in on him and surveilled him. And I think what happened is he developed a grudge against the healthcare system in America. And because of his own healthcare issues, and because he's not completely, um, he knows right from wrong, but I think he had a psychological break. So, and I think he's on a mission. And I also think he's extremely entitled, and I think he's quite arrogant. I detect narcissism in him. I can understand why people um, like him, and he's attractive. I can understand why young girls might be attracted to him, and I can understand why he's opened this dialogue about healthcare in America. But what he did was unacceptable. But I think he had psychological issues and developed a grudge against the healthcare system in America, and he focused on his target. And once he focused on his target, there was no way back for him. I think he was on a mission, and he was going to fulfill that mission no matter what. That's my personal opinion. He graduated top of his class, but when you look at and examine the way he carried things out, he was very, very immature in the way he did things. He planned things out very well, but he got a lot of things wrong. What was he doing in a McDonald's eating hash browns? So I'm adding this as an extra. So the people who are still doing the What's case for views, subs, and tippies or whatever, um, they're still harping on this whole Nicole Kessinger thing, and it only gets them views and watch time, and that's what they're looking for. Because, as I said many times and many years ago, Nicole Kessinger will not end up beside Chris at any time, because Nicole Kessinger is a free woman, and she's free to live her life however she wants, as long as she lives by the law. And nothing will happen with Nicole Kessinger. It doesn't matter how many petitions are written, it doesn't matter how many people make a noise about it. Nicole Kessinger is free to do whatever she wants, and people don't like that. It's a very unpopular opinion, but that's the case. But people who are still on the Watts case are still going on about Nicole Kessinger and making up this idea that there's possibly new evidence. It's really sad that that's what the Watts case has become. It's become all about Nicole Kessinger, when the person who did what they did is rightfully where he should be. And the thing that Nicole Kessinger did, her mistake was to get involved with Chris in the first place, and I think that was Shanann's mistake as well. And that's all there is to Nicole Kessinger, nothing more.